Testing. Okay. Okay. Is it morning or afternoon? But whatever. Hello, everyone. I am going to record this last week. Was it last week Friday?
Yes, it was
last week Friday's Zoom meeting session because due to a lot of technical challenges, we have to re-record it. So last week's session, we were just talking about the materials and how we can explore the possibility of material that are available to you. And in my case, I'm just going to show how I explore the new materials or whatever that I have at home. Since you guys know, I don't know, some of you guys know me, so I like to using on a colored papers. And it sometimes is really challenging to use the colored papers on the material because it color changed. So in order for me to explore the materials, I normally create the color wheels on that colors and see how the color react to that pages and what kind of texture that I can create, so I can actually make a decisions on which color that I'm gonna use. This is one of the example that I did it on the last week Friday session. I tried out like yellows to reds to blue to green or whatever, and then I find it out, oh, maybe the yellow really, this lemon yellow pop out, so maybe I'll use it as for highlight. And maybe I want to start with something color that is a little bit muted. Realize very light pink color pens is very soft, so I can try that to build up the ghost image of my whatever the subject that I'm going to draw. Maybe I'll use a darkest color here to create the shadows on the outline. So that's how I normally make a decision when I'm selecting the color. So that's, and then we're just gonna draw the tools that is right in front of us. And that was pretty much what the last week's session was about. So let's try this color wheel. I wanted to use green paper, but someone spilled the water there. So we will be using a pink paper. Thank you, Sonia. Uh-huh. Mooney, worry, don't worry. It's okay. It's okay. So I will start with the lightest color. It's normally yellow. This is a Faber-Castell Gelato. I don't know if anyone can see it, but it's one of the color. It's a water-soluble medium. It's very great for the creating a very interesting texture. You can see this lemon yellow, the pastel yellow is very subtle when I'm applying it on this color pink paper. Let's try this Caran d'Ache Neo Color 1. This is not water soluble, but still I can see how it reacts to the yellow paper. The pink paper. It's very nice. And I will steal some colors as well from Sonia later, but this is just a normal highlighter. So once again, I stole this from Sonia's studio.
Is enough.
It actually quite create nice warm yellow, the neutral yellow, which that I quite like it. I might actually use this for when I'm drawing the materials. Let me try this with Caran d'Ache luminance color paper, color pencils. Quite nice as well. Okay, and then I can move on to something orange. And you don't have to fill it in a flat. You can also create a scribble line to see what kind of texture you can come out with. Okay, let me also try this highlighter. I'm so sure a lot of you guys have a highlighter somewhere. It actually have quite a bit of neon pinkish color to it. It's interesting. Once again, I'm trying the Faber-Castells because I really love this. You can see it create this crayon waxy textures to it, and it's water soluble, so we can actually use. I should have actually brought the water. Can I borrow any water tap?
Yes, brush. I've just ruined my water by spilling it out on yours.
Thank you. Should have thought about this, but brush. But whatever that pop in your mind randomly, you can bring it. Okay? And then I'll just use the brush. It's water soluble, this Faber-Castell is, so you can also try to wet it and see how it turns out. It actually has a quite very soft color pop in, which is cool. And I can also try how it looks on this Posca marker, acrylic marker that I really like using.
That is quite opaque, eh?
It's very opaque, so it actually doesn't affect it by this soft pink color papers. And you can also, if you put a lot of pigment, you can also use your finger. Finger is your best tool, and then create this interesting texture out of it. I do like it to soften up whenever if you think you apply the color too flat, then you can use your fingers to smudge it to make it a little bit more interesting. Okay, and then maybe now I can move into like a pink color. Stealing Sonia's highlighter again. I like this color.
I see where they are.
It's a nice soft color. I can use these colors to actually make a ghost images. That's very nice. To build up the images when I say ghost image. But any other color that I can just throw it down. Okay, I'll try the maybe magenta or pink. Caran d'Ache Neo Color 2, I think. We don't have to overthink about it. We just use whatever available to you to create the wheel. I just realized this is number 1, not 2.
So the number 1 is not water soluble.
Yeah, number 1 is not water soluble. So I will I'll try Darwin Inktense. Create beautiful strong pigment color. Let's try this, and then let's wet this. Ooh, that's a nice color. I might actually use this as well.
The Inktense is very bright. It's got a lot of pigment to it.
And that's Sonia, by the way. I am working at Sonia's office. It's lovely down here. And then let me move into maybe like lilacs or purples. Why not? Another highlighter. I really like using highlighters. It actually has a very interesting color comes out of it.
And I think because it's transparent, it actually shows the color underneath as well. So if you layer it, it actually becomes quite interesting.
And then I'll try with acrylic markers again. This is the Molotow acrylic marker. So just a different brand to Posca. German brand. Is very nice. Pricey.
Did you buy that in South Africa?
No, I got it from my friend in UK.
I've not seen them here yet.
They do sell it here.
Oh, okay.
It's just really hard to find it. Because they normally sell for the street art, like a mural artist.
Oh, okay.
It actually was designed for that purposes.
Okay.
There is one, it's just really hard to find it and it's really expensive. If I remember, it was like 500 rand for this 4 or 6 pack of things.
Yeah.
So, they don't sell it like individually. That was my challenge. But
you have to stick with the colors that they've got.
Maybe I'll move into darker color as well. I really like highlighters for this paper specifically. And you don't have to fill up the color. Maybe we can create the thin line as well. Okay. And yeah, let's try Sonia's fancy Caran d'Ache crayon, even though I have it. I love Caran d'Ache. It creates such an interesting texture out of it.
And it actually has a lot of pigment as well, so that's why it's a bit pricey.
But I think it's worth of investment, personally.
No, for sure. It is worth investing in that.
I don't want to, to me, I'd rather invest in a good art materials and use it for a long period of time than suffering through it with tears. And you can also wet the papers and then you can draw on it. You can see it create, I love how the ink actually spreads through. And let's move into blue. I have a lot of blue, so that's one of my favorite colors to use it on drawing. Any type of blue. That's also another brand for acrylic marker. pilot printer. It used to be cheaper than Posca, but it become expensive.
I've seen that now from you, and I must say I really like that brand.
I do love this brand. It is, to me, this one has a little bit more white in it.
So it's a bit more opaque.
Yeah, it's a little bit more opaque than a
Yeah.
Posca marker. I mean, you can see it down here. Ink is it's very pigment, and then very white.
Yeah.
And then
So
you
it'll
can
stay on
smudge
top.
it. Yeah. I mean, I like to do this a lot, like smudging it with my finger.
And it's not as much influenced by the color underneath like the others.
It's very, very opaque. And sometimes I like to apply on the top of this. Like once this is dry and I want to add more texture to it, I will just try it on the top here. And it really make that interesting texture out of it. And the shading as well. And then now maybe I need a little bit more brown. So trying to mix like a lot of color as possible and see how it's going to react to this color papers. Remember, it doesn't have to be pretty. We just want to explore the possibilities.
This is to know our materials.
It's also quite nice brown shade that I like. Interesting. And I can also try another brand. This is Darwin Academy. It's also it's a metallics pen. It's also very pigment, very opaque. It's very much like acrylic marker, but it has a finer tips. So if you guys like to work on a detail work, it is better to do this. Use this tool. I'm not sure it's pigmented, but it's actually metallic gold, but it looks very greenish on this pinkish paper. So that is something very interesting. So by doing this color wheel, it will help you to see how the color gonna react on the surface and what kind of texture that you can create it. Okay, so when I create this color wheel, now I can select what works the best. I definitely want to use this lighter color to build images. So I like to do this, build image with this lightest color. This is actually this can be quite nice highlight as well. This yellows and this violets, the pastel violet somehow turn into very bluish violet. I can use that as a highlight. And then maybe I can make an outline shape with a little bit more darkish color. This is also quite nice highlights to make the pop out. So I'm just planning out how I can play it around. This, I will actually use this color to maybe my outline, some shape, or maybe I'll use it as a shadows as well. So this is how I normally plan out. I don't always end it up with this, but at least this will help me to direct how I'm gonna plan my drawing. It's really useful when you are using the color papers. And then I will just draw it on the side. I'll move this to the side. Maybe I will just shove this
that and just shove that underneath.
Yeah. Thank you, Sonia. It might get dirty down there.
That's fine. Let's do that.
So using color wheel on the side, I'm just going to draw my favorite tool, which are Posca marker and the neon Caran d'Ache crayon. Maybe I'll mix some other color. And Sonia's lovely highlight.
I've never used highlighters.
No, really.
But since I've met you, I'm starting to use them a lot more.
I feel honored. So now I'll just assemble it like this, and I'm gonna start draw it. Like I said, I really like this lighter colors to build up the ghost images, so that's what I will do. And here, I'll just look at that. Oh, and let's make our life easier by tracing it. Who was doing this? Someone was doing that on the last week's session.
Me.
I really like that idea. I'm gonna steal that idea from the Sonia. Remember, tracing is not always a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, and I will always pick up the lightest color first to just build up the ghost images. Why not? We are exploring the material, so we don't have to do this as a we're not going to use this as for the exhibition anyway.
Yeah.
So it will just help you to compose your images much more easier.
And you can still edit it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, the ghost image is so light that it's not going to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
So then you can change your composition if you want to.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So trying to assemble in a similar way. And then you just draw what you see. And I'm gonna try to imitate that. This is a paper underneath. I am slightly changing the compositions as I draw. This ghost images just help me to guide how I'm gonna compose my final pictures. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just I need to know where is going where. Maybe I'll move this a little bit to the sides to fix that. Remember, we are at the in an exploring stage. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, look at this. I'm very happy with this. Now I can maybe choose a slightly darker color. Maybe I will use mid-tone color like this neon color crayon. And then I'll just build a darker place, making the image a little bit more clear. You can even use the brown as well. Brown is also quite nice color to use it. I mean, I'm not the most I use color quite intuitively, so I'm still trying to find a way to make it a little bit more simplified. If I do figure it out, I will share it.
Yeah, one doesn't have to wait until you figure it out to do art.
Mm.
You can just play. Alright, that one's going to be black.
And sometimes I do struggle with certain color, like especially color bright like this. Oh, I'm still figuring out how to make that work with images. So, but it helps you to limit yourself. Maybe limiting yourself do help a lot, especially when I take the limited tools when I'm doing urban sketches. Not exactly limited, but I tell myself I'm only gonna use this color, and I have to figure out the other color to make it work. And that really helped me a lot to coming out with the new color palettes to mix with.
Yeah.
And I can find, maybe I will use this highlights, or maybe I can also use this color. Which one was this color? Please remember to write it down.
Was it the Cavendish or
No, this was a
gelato.
gelato, yeah. So I'm gonna try to imitate that. Clever people write it down.
Well, they still can remember.
Like, I don't know if you guys know Di, but she makes beautiful way of journaling and keeping record of everything. So maybe we can learn from Di.
Yes.
Oh, she does beautiful handwriting, and that's one thing I need to figure it out because I don't know how to write neatly. You see, while the paper is wet, we can also put this color, and I really like how the pigment is actually spreading out. I don't use a lot of watercolor, but that's another thing that you guys can explore a little bit more, like wetting the papers and draw on top of it and see how pigment reacts to each other. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm figuring things out as I go. Maybe I do want to use this marker. And I'll bring it back here. Then I'll put it back to where they belong. I'm stealing Sonia's crayons. No, I want to use that highlighter. That highlighter create very interestingly warm yellow color. So I'm using this as a guidance to select the color. It really helped me a lot. You can see I don't fill everything in. I'm gonna apply something else on the top of it to make it work. And here is a black, but maybe I can find alternative darkest colors to sort of simulate the dark color. Maybe I can do purple. Why not? Or brown is also quite nice. You see, like, I can't make up my mind.
But you have a lot of tools at the moment, so it makes it more difficult if you have too many choices.
So do limit yourself. But as you more practice, you'll figure out things, eh? You'll figure out the things.
Yeah, I think when we go out on vacation, it's nice to try out different mediums. So you don't take all your mediums. You decide for that day, okay, I'm going to use this or that medium, and then see how far you get with that medium. I remember when you took just your charcoal to the flower farm, and I thought, how can you go to a place with bright flowers and just take your charcoal? And you made the most beautiful drawings there. It was just amazing.
You just need to, I guess, put yourself in the situation.
Yeah.
And you figure it out as you go.
A bit, yeah.
I think that's what I like about urban sketching.
Yeah,
Now maybe I'll
learn a lot.
It really put you into a position that you have to figure out.
Yeah.
Or you can go ask around your neighbor what they have. That's what I did. I mean, I forgot my erasers, and I had to steal erasers from people. Maybe I just want to make a darker areas with the darkest color. That I'd experiment. You don't have to draw exactly what it is. I'm just gonna draw whatever I see.
That's one of the nice things of being out on vacation, is that you share materials and knowledge about materials. So straight after sessions, we go shopping.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
That's part of the artist date, treating yourself.
Now I'll just make the outline darker with certain area. If things doesn't work out, I guess that's fine. I just realized this blue is not the best choice to use it now. It's fine. At least I tried a little bit. And if you are using very opaque medium, you can actually change it.
Like you can work on top of it.
You can work top of it to cover it.
Yeah.
But some area does need a little bit of more defined definition. Then I do use a darker color to do it. It's wet, nice and wet. Then we can say, ooh, writing. I never get this writing nice. Ni, and it's reversed. Ni, oh. Okay, and there's some white. Then I'll just I'll use my white chalk pen, and then I'll write. But I don't write like detail. I just make a scribble to make it looks like there's some writing existing. I don't have to put everything in detail. Oh, I moved the stuff. Maybe I can put it like this, so I can put that writing down as well. Let's bring back that pink. And I can say Faber-Castell. Gelato.
The gel paints actually, you have to wait until it's nice and dry before you put them onto your paint, otherwise it won't show up. Oh, that looks very nice, Sodam.
Thank you. Just adding some darkness there. Here there's a darkness. See, I don't use dark. It's better to put less dark. I mean, just put the darkest areas the darkest as much as possible to just give contrast. You don't have to put all the blue line all across the shapes. And then, yeah, I mean, if you want to boost up your material to stand out, I'll just use this as well. There's no right and wrong for this. Is this color working properly? It is.
I don't know if it will show up on the video, but it's white.
It is very white.
Yeah. Some of the light colors don't show up on the videos.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's fine. Maybe then I will steal your white, Sonia. Actually, I have it down here. And I'll just make the white outline. Remember, I'm just documenting my tool. So I can just highlight this materials, outline. Why not? My practice is all about just documenting the moment and think about capturing the experience that I had. So I do like using like white outline when it's come to like highlighting the material that I use, and then I can make a short note about like stuff like highlighter. Let's write down the name. Prime Marie's 5 light highlighter, and it's purple. And this is Faber-Castell, but what color is this? Is kiwi.
Interesting.
Cute name. Kiwi pastel. And you can even like create a texture out of it here. Like maybe this is how it's gonna turn out. And this one is gonna be like overlapping. I think I did this with that black and white copy. And then I'll just use this one. So it just helped me to remember what tool does what. And I can also write it down. This one is Neocolor Pastel. Number 2. Maybe I can do this and then can wet it down there as well. Yeah, I'm not the most neatly organized person. You can see it. I don't keep it very neat, but that's just part of me. Obviously, you can make it very neat and nice. And then I'll write it down. This is the Posca marker. Posca marker red. And this is wax oil crayon. Yeah, so that's how I will actually work, and I mean I'm pretty much done. So that's how I will work around with the drawing and how I'll explore the material. Yeah, so if you guys are interested, we are going to have another Zoom meeting on next week Thursday, and I will be sharing on the social media. Please feel free to join, and we are starting the Wednesday evening session as well, every once a month. So look out for it. Yeah.
It would be great for you to join. And we might make it a bit earlier so that people aren't that tired.
And less boring.
Yeah, less boring.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh my God.